In the hazy, sun-drenched days of summer in 2000, life seemed to hold endless promise for 16-year-old Molly Bish, who had eagerly taken on the responsibility of being a lifeguard at Cummins Pond in Warren, Massachusetts. Little did anyone know that the sands of time would shift drastically for this young soul. It all began with an ominous encounter the day before her inexplicable disappearance. Molly's mother, Magi, cast an uneasy glance toward a peculiar figure. A mustached man, shrouded in the pallor of a white car, loitered in the lot adjacent to the beach where Molly's vigilant lifeguard post stood sentry. A tinge of suspicion pricked Magi's senses, but the bustle of life hurried her past the fleeting moment. It was a moment she would bitterly revisit after Molly vanished into thin air. As the sun rose on June 27th, Magi steered her car towards Cummins Pond, ferrying her daughter to her lifeguard station. This time, the ominous man and his white sedan were conspicuous by their absence, seemingly swallowed by the fleeting night. A deceptive calm cloaked the surroundings. Yet, an unnerving revelation surfaced from the shadows of eyewitness accounts. Minutes before Molly's arrival, a witness spotted a figure aligning with the description of the ominous stranger lurking in the pond's parking lot, a haunting déjà vu of the day before. Meanwhile, whispers from a local worker painted a chilling picture. A car resembling the one seen before was perched near a cemetery, a sinister link to the pond via a clandestine path. In the tapestry of events, Magi Bish stood as the final chapter of normalcy in her daughter's life. She became the last soul to lay eyes on Molly before her abrupt and troubling vanishing act. It was a departure that birthed an eerie silence, leaving echoes of unanswered questions lingering in the still summer air. Hours waned into an unfathomable void as the day aged. Then the shrill ring of the telephone jolted the Bish household. It was the police, wielding the harrowing news that struck the family's core. No lifeguard had manned the post throughout the entire day. Molly's belongings, abandoned and unattended, ominously marked the vacancy of her presence. Thus began the enigmatic puzzle of Molly Bish's disappearance, a puzzle woven with threads of intrigue, suspicion, and a chilling absence that pierced the fabric of ordinary life in Warren, Massachusetts. The desperate search for Molly Bish catapulted into an unprecedented endeavor, birthing the largest and most financially burdensome quest for a missing individual in Massachusetts history. Her haunting disappearance permeated the media landscape, with television screens across America broadcasting her story through riveting showcases like Disappeared, America's Most Wanted, Unsolved Mysteries, and 48 Hours. Yet despite the relentless spotlight, darkness shrouded her fate. It wasn't until a hunter's peculiar sighting that a flicker of hope reignited in the chilling narrative. In the late fall of 2002, a sighting of a blue bathing suit amidst the dense woods on Whiskey Hill in Palmer caught the hunter's attention. This sparked an intense and exhaustive search of the area, a desperate bid to unearth any trace of Molly. Finally, on June 9, 2003, Molly's remains were discovered, a staggering 5 miles from the sanctuary of her family home. The bitter truth emerged shrouded in mystery and tragedy, devoid of definitive answers. A cause of death remained elusive, leaving investigators grasping at fragmented pieces of a grim puzzle. Though shrouded in uncertainty, a haunting presumption lingered in the hearts of those seeking justice. Molly Bish had met a gruesome fate, a victim of a presumed murder, her final resting place a somber grave within the earth's embrace. The web of suspicion in Molly Bish's case thickened in 2009 when authorities turned their attention to Rodney Stanger, a Florida resident with unsettling ties to Massachusetts. Stanger's life had woven a thread through Southbridge, just a stone's throw from Warren, for over 2 decades. Curiously, he made the move to Florida merely a year after Molly's tragic murder, creating a murky trail of connections. The haunting echoes of Stanger's past crimes, notably the murder of his girlfriend Crystal Morrison, triggered an alarm in the corridors of law enforcement. Morrison's sister, propelled by a sense of dread, reached out to Massachusetts authorities. Stanger's proximity to Warren was not mere happenstance. He was linked to a white car reminiscent of the one observed before Molly's vanishing act. His penchant for fishing in Cummins Pond and traversing the very woods concealing Molly's remains added chilling layers to the suspicions. Adding fuel to the fire, Stanger eerily matched the description provided by Magi Bish, a haunting semblance to the enigmatic figure seen in the foreboding white sedan on the eve of Molly's disappearance. However, despite the ominous connections, Stanger remained uncharged in Molly Bish's case, leaving a shroud of uncertainty enveloping the investigation. But the web of darkness surrounding Stanger didn't end there. In 2009, as investigators probed his possible involvement in Molly's case, they delved into another chilling chapter: the 1993 murder of Holly Piirainen in Sturbridge. The eerie parallels between Piirainen and Molly, who were the same age at the time of the former's disappearance, cast a haunting shadow over both cases. Molly's heartfelt letter to Piirainen's parents in 1993 further entwined their tragic fates. This is an excerpt from Molly Bish's letter. "I am very sorry. I wish I could make it up to you. Holly is a very pretty girl. She is almost as tall as me. I wish I knew Holly. I hope they found her." Stanger's name surfaced in connection with Piirainen's case, yet once again he remained uncharged. Instead, the trajectory of the investigation pointed to another individual, David Pulido, whose footsteps ceased in 2003, his name etched as a person of interest in the haunting puzzle of Piirainen's demise. Forensic evidence, emerging in 2012, cast a posthumous spotlight on Pulido, underscoring the complexity and enigma surrounding these chilling and intertwined mysteries. The unsettling saga surrounding Molly Bish's tragic fate plunged into another chilling revelation in November 2011. Gerald Battistoni, known as Confidential Informant 62 for the Eastern Hampton County Narcotic Task Force, emerged as a suspect in her death, thrust into the spotlight by Massachusetts-based private detective Dan Malley. Battistoni's history carried the heavy weight of a criminal past, including imprisonment for the repeated R-word of a teenage girl during the early 1990s. The noose of suspicion tightened around Battistoni, and the relentless scrutiny hurled him into the dark abyss of despair. His attempted suicide in prison, triggered by the spotlight cast upon him as a potential suspect in the deaths of both Bish and Piirainen, underscored the chilling gravity of the accusations. Battistoni's shadowy presence in the vicinity where Molly's remains were discovered added a haunting layer to the puzzle. A haunting resemblance between Battistoni and a composite sketch of the mysterious figure sighted by Magi in the parking lot on the eve of Molly's disappearance. The clamor for answers intensified. Private Detective Dan Malley and the Bish family clamored for resolution, urging authorities to conduct DNA testing. The Massachusetts State Police heeded the call, dispatching the crucial DNA evidence to Texas in a relentless pursuit of truth and closure. However, fate held an unexpected turn. In November 2014, Gerald Battistoni breathed his last at Lemuel Shattuck Hospital in Jamaica Plain, casting a shroud of uncertainty over the possibility of ever unearthing the truth surrounding Molly Bish's tragic demise. The darkness of the unsolved mystery deepened with his passing, leaving behind a haunting legacy of unanswered questions and an elusive quest for justice. The quest for answers in Molly Bish's haunting disappearance took an unexpected turn on June 3, 2021, when Worcester County District Attorney Joseph Early unveiled a new person of interest, Francis P. Sumner Sr., a registered S offender who had passed away in 2016. Sumner was a longtime Central Massachusetts resident who owned and operated auto repair shops in the area. His shadowy past etched a chilling narrative, spanning more than 20 pages of criminal records, painting a portrait of a troubled and nefarious individual. The mysterious connection between Sumner and Molly's case remained veiled in secrecy, shrouded in the cryptic language of investigators. Early's revelation hinted at newfound information that propelled Sumner into the spotlight of the investigation, stirring the embers of hope for closure in this long-drawn saga. Sumner's dark history bore the indelible stain of a 1982 conviction for aggravated R-word and kidnapping, stemming from a harrowing attack within an apartment he attempted to rent. The severity of his crimes led to concurrent sentences totaling 15 to 18 years for R-word and 9 to 10 years for kidnapping. His potential release from Walpole State Prison loomed in 1997, though the duration of his incarceration remained uncertain amidst multiple incarcerations throughout his life. The intricacies of Sumner's life painted a tapestry of repeated brushes with the law, hinting at a troubled existence marred by violence and deviance. Yet, despite the mounting revelations and the emergence of Sumner as a compelling person of interest, the resounding echo of justice remained elusive. As of now, the veil of uncertainty persists, casting a shadow over Molly Bish's case. The solemn reality lingers unchanged. There have been no arrests, leaving the haunting enigma of Molly's fate dangling in the void, awaiting the elusive key to unlock the truth. In June 2023, Worcester County District Attorney Joseph Early said, "We are doing everything we can to solve Molly's case. We have solved 40, 30, and 20-year-old cases, he said. These cases are not cold cases, sitting on a shelf somewhere collecting dust. Anyone who might have information about Molly's case is asked to contact his office at 508-453-7575 or Worcester DA Unresolved at mass.gov.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fireside Unsolved. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time, take it easy and be easy, you filthy bastards.